Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'm here today to teach you a little about sign language. I started signing when I was 6 years old and stopped taking classes when I was 12. I continue to sign in my spare time, but I am no expert. But I can teach you a little bit to help make your communication in the kitchen more cohesive. We're going to start with a pre-quiz to see where you guys are with your signs. Wonderful. So what will we be learning today? We will be learning to distinguish between hard of hearing and deaf. We will also be learning about the best way to get the attention of a deaf person. And we will be learning 16 different signs that will help you in your kitchen. So, let's start. What is the difference between hard of hearing and deaf? Well, hard of hearing is when you lose your hearing, usually in adulthood. The sign for hard of hearing is hard of hearing. This is the letter H in the alphabet. And you just bounce it from one side to the other. So what is deaf? Deaf is when you have no hearing, and usually you use sign language to communicate. The sign for deaf is a touch to the ear and then a touch to the mouth, as if you have no hearing and you can't speak. Most signs are very close to what you would think they should be. Now, what is the best way to get the attention of a deaf person? There are many ways to do this, some good and some bad. One of the best ways is to tap a person on the shoulder. This is a good way if you know the person or if you're close to them. If you're far away, you can wave your arms or your hands, and that's okay. But if they're not looking at you, they can't hear you and they can't see you. Another way is to stamp your foot. Deaf people are really good at feeling vibrations. They can feel your foot stamping, and they know that you want them. Or, if you're sitting at a table with a deaf person, you can tap the table, and they will either feel the tap or they will see you tapping. You do not want to shout to get the attention of a deaf person. They can't hear you. But you also do not want to shout when talking with them. When talking with a deaf person, they are really good at reading your lips. So speaking at a normal volume and not over enunciating is the best way to talk with a deaf person. Now, let's go over a few signs that you can use in the kitchen. I have a handout that outlines 16 different signs. These are good for use in everyday life. So, how do you say hello? Hello. Just like a normal day, you would say hello to a friend. And you can say goodbye, just like a normal gesture. You can also say please, thank you, help, how are you, good, bad, yes, no, finished, now, need, food and eat, water and drink. Now let's sign together. Now, everyone sign hello. Wonderful. Goodbye. Wonderful. Now, please is a palm on your chest in a circle. Please. And then thank you and you're welcome are the same sign. Thank you. Make sure thank you comes from the chin, not under the chin. From the chin. Thank you and you're welcome. Help is a flat palm with a fist on top of it and your thumb kind of sticking up. And your one hand uses the other hand to help your hand up. Help. Now what if you want to ask your deaf coworker how they're doing? You can say, how are you? How are you? This is the sign for how. This is the sign for you. How are you? And what if they ask you, how are you? You can say, good or bad. Bad comes from the chin and your palm goes down. Good comes from the chin and goes to your hand, but the palm stays up. Other very useful signs are yes and no. Yes is a fist and you shake it like you're nodding your head. Yes. And no looks like a little bird. This is the letter N. This is the letter O. You're kind of smushing the two together. No. No. Finished is splayed hands out in front and you kind of flick them. Like, oh, yeah, I'm finished with that task. It's done. Now, little Y's, pulling them down when they're facing you. Now. I don't know why it's that, but it is. Need, like, I need your help if you're busy in the kitchen. You can make a little hook with your finger and pull it down. Need. Eat and food are the same thing. Like you're pulling food to your mouth. You eat food. It can get a little weird if you're wanting to sign eat food, but usually it's understood. And water. You want to get your coworker a water? You can ask, water? This is a W with your fingers coming to your mouth. Water. And if you want to know if they want a drink, like a cup to your mouth. Drink. Those are the signs that I have gathered for you today. I want to take some time to review what we learned. We learned about the difference between hard of hearing and deaf. Hard of hearing is when you lose your hearing in adulthood, or usually in adulthood, and deaf is when you have no hearing and you usually use sign language to communicate. The sign for hard of hearing is this, and the sign for deaf is this, or this, depending. Usually it's this. A good way to get the attention of a deaf person. There are 4 good ways. Number 1, tapping their shoulder. Number 2, getting their attention by waving your arms or your hand if they can see you. Number 3, you can stomp your foot and they can feel the vibrations. Or you can tap a table and they can feel it or they can see it. And I want to go over one more time with you the signs that I taught in this class. So now everyone together. Hello. Goodbye. Please. Thank you and you're welcome. Help. How are you? Good. From the chin to the hand. Good. From the chin, palm down. Bad. Yes, like you're shaking your head with your fist. No, like a little bird. Finished. You're flicking your hands like that. Now, need, like a little hook, pulling it down. Food and eat are the same thing. Water and drink. You can take this home and study it so that you can use it in the kitchen. I have also given a guide for the alphabet. It's too much to learn in one 30-minute class, but you can study it at home and you can sign anything if you know the alphabet. I have a training plan that outlines what I taught today. It has information that you can take home and resources on the internet. Handspeak is a really good site for vocab. You can look up any word that you want, and there is a video online for you. And LifePrint has many lessons for you to watch and learn from if you want to go above what this class has to offer. Now, we are going to take a few minutes to go over the post quiz to see if you have learned what I taught today. Wonderful. I hope you learned a lot today, and if you have any questions, the internet is a wonderful resource, and you have a coworker right there that would love to help you learn a little bit more about sign language. Thank you.